हमें बहुत पसंद है as an organization. We really love this picture. This shows LPG being moved through railways, which is really a pioneering effort that we did in Pipavav. So we take a lot of pride in this picture in any case. So this is very good. But let's. Yes, it is. It's actually very next door to our terminal. The tanks that you see behind are our LPG tanks in Pipavav. So it's very next door to that. Yeah. Let me go to the investment highlights, sir, as to what do we do really and who we are and what are our strengths, sir. Okay, first and foremost, AVTL is India's largest third-party owner and operator of tank storage terminals with strategically located necklace of terminal across the Indian coast. We showed you a picture. You also saw the tanks. We also showed you how we are all across the country. And the important thing is, we are in those ports which are actually meant for feeding the hinterland. I think that is the critical part of it. It's not we are in any sundry port. Right? It's very well thought out. You are in the ports. For example, if you have to serve the northern market, with the imported LPG, where would you like to bring? Would you like to bring it in Kochi? Obviously no. You would like to bring it as close as possible. And for the north, there are only two ways to do it. One is Haldia, the other is Khandla, for example, or Gujarat and Bengal coast. So I think that's where we are. So I'm just giving you an example how we are placed in very, very strategic ports. Okay? We have a track record of consistently expanding capabilities and well-equipped storage infrastructure. I think in the next slide also we'll talk about it a little more. It needs a little more elaboration. Strong financial metrics with a growing margin profile and return metrics. Again, we'll come to it. I think the return that we've been giving, both in terms of revenue growth, in terms of volume growth, and in terms of PAT and so on and so forth, I mean, it's there in the RHP as well. But I mean, we'll talk about it a little later. We have successfully built relationship with diversified customer base. Now, I think that's very important. We are a B2B company. We are not into retailing. So we have, shall we say, a set of customers that we deal with, B2B, and we have very loyal customers. The customers who have been with us for a long, long time, they trust us, and the relationships that we have with them. And by the way, the Vopak angle has actually brought another facet to it. Which means, imagine a multinational company which was dealing with them in Singapore and Rotterdam, and comes to India and says, geez, I'm looking for a storage-based operator and so on and so forth. Where do you think will be the first protocol for them? Oh, they'll say, oh, okay, this is a JV of Vopak. I mean, I trust them, so I'll go with them. So that sort of thing happens.
And,
so,
Chauhan sir, when you are talking about customer base, I think it's very important to highlight that more than 90% are repeat.
Absolutely.
And around 47% are doing business in multi-ports with us. And that's very important. That shows and reflects the successfully built relationships.
Exactly. So a customer who is using our terminal, our facility in one port, has that confidence in us that when he expands or goes to another part of the geography of India, well, he would naturally like to use our terminal in that part of the world as well. So I think that's what is important for us. Also, we established the two promoters for this organization, AVTL, Aegis Logistics and Royal Vopak, both pioneers in their own right. One in India, other internationally. Very, very strong fundamentals. So we are backed by established promoters supported by a strong management team. We sometimes joke that in a management team meeting, we always joke that we have about 350 years of leadership experience of oil and gas sitting in one room. I mean, just to give you a perspective. Yeah? And of course, attractive market opportunity across liquids, LPG, and ammonia. And I think I just want to take a breath here.
This is India.
This is India. I mean, I want to talk about that. This is India. I think
Nothing more to say.
Except that, I would like to add, we are 1.4 billion people and counting. Now, do you think on a per capita energy consumption, forget about which energy, per capita energy consumption basis, who do you think is using more energy out of, let's say, us as India, or Thailand, or Malaysia, or similar economies like Philippines? Well, all I can tell you is India is substantially lower than them. Countries like Thailand countries like Malaysia, countries like Philippines, on a per capita energy consumption basis, they're much, much higher. And therefore, it's logical for us to say, not only will our population grow, which is our strength now, we have realized that, but our energy consumption per capita is bound to grow, which has a salutary impact, obviously, on our business as well. Yeah? Okay, the next one, I will go to this one. This is a detail of our, again a detail, I think.
Let me just explain this in a second. What is important is that where we are located, what is the extent of our presence. You look at Kanda liquid, 77.3% market share of that port, static capacity for liquid. Haldia 59 plus, Pipavav 26 plus, Mangalore 57 and Kochi 88. In case of gas, Kanda 44, Pipavav 100. Where we are present, we are quite dominant, and you can see the split between liquid, gas, and the upcoming facilities that we are putting up in the map, which is on the right. And what does this indicate? This indicates that we go to places where we are confident and where we feel that there is a demand, where there is growth, where there will be volumes to handle. So that is very, very key. Location.
Good. I mean, so being at the correct location to serve the customer's need, for him to go and take it to the hinterland is really important for us. So this is what this slide communicates. I think this is really a past track record, if I was to say. Murad, I want you to help me with this.
Yes, I will quickly take this through. This is all there for you guys to read. But we announced the JV in July 21. We transferred Konkar Storage, which I earlier mentioned, subsidiary of Aegis, into AVTL, commissioned Kanda LPG terminal in 22. And then we got connection permits for our Kanda terminal. We transferred CRL, which was earlier a Royal Vopak company in India, into AVTL as a subsidiary. We then did an acquisition of 500,000 CBM in Kanda in June 22, and then of course in Jan 23 we did connections for our Pipavav terminal, and then again acquired from port in Kanda another ready terminal with 23 liquid storage tank. We did our expansion in Haldia. In June 23 we acquired Ruchi terminal at Kochi, the second acquisition after 500,000 which we acquired from friends for the Kanda port. We announced JNPA, which is now commissioned. You just see the date, February 24 announcement, and we have already commissioned. We have also commissioned the 2 propylene rated spheres at Pipavav port. Then of course we carried out expansion in Kochi. We acquired the third acquisition, which we call it as Nadella terminal in Mangalore, which actually is a specialized terminal to store heated products. So that's unique, that you can go up to a temperature close to 300 degrees centigrade, I hope I'm right. And then we also did a cross-country pipeline, of course, in the port premises in Kanda to go and hook up into Jamnagar-Loni pipeline. We then completed Mangalore liquid terminal. Imagine a 36-month time frame, and we have done so many things along with our partner, hand in hand, carrying on this journey of setting up infrastructure for liquid and gas products.
Thank you, Brad. Now,